Children, how are you all? Welcome to Ablon Public School at home. Children, in previous class, I told you about market around us. In that, I told you how markets changing time to time with the help of technology and advantage and disadvantage of online shopping. So, children, today we are going to learn new chapter, that is a shirt in the market. So before starting this lesson, let's learn good habit. Children, we all should do exercise regularly. It is very beneficial for us. You know, children, exercise makes us healthy and fit and makes our bone working smoothly. So we all should make a habit to do exercise regularly. Now let's come on our topic. So our topic is a shirt in the market. Children, this chapter tells us the story of a shirt. It begins with the production of cotton and ends with the sale of the shirt. We shall see that a chain of markets links the producer of cotton to the buyer of the shirt in the supermarket. And buying and selling takes place at various step in the chain. So now we will learn about the chain. So first what happened, children? A trader sells the cotton. Here I am taking the example of Kurnool. Okay, children. So a trader sells the cotton at the Kurnool cotton market. Then ginning mill buys the cotton. Third step, ginning mill removes the seeds and presses the cotton into the bales. Then fourth step is spinning mill buys the bales of cotton. The fifth step is spinning mill spins the cotton into yarn. Then sixth step, spinning mill sells the yarn to yarn dealers. So this is the story of cotton. Then what happened, children? The cloth market of Erode. Erode's bi-weekly cloth market in Tamil Nadu is one of the largest cloth markets in the world. So a large variety of cloth is sold in the market. Cloth that is made by weavers in the village around is also brought here for sale. Around the market are offices of cloth merchants who buy this cloth. Other traders from many South Indian towns also come and purchase cloth in this market. On market days, you would also find weavers bringing cloth that has been made an order from the merchant. And these merchants supply cloth on order to government manufacturers and exports around the country. They purchase the yarn and give instruction to the weavers about the kind of cloth that is to be made. So, how gainers, what the position of gainers in the market? And who are gainers? So a chain of markets links the producer of cotton to the buyer at the supermarket. Buying and selling takes place at every step in the chain. Let us recall who were the people who were involved in this process of buying and selling. Did they all gain as much? There were people who made profits in the market, and there were some who did not gain as much from this buying and selling, despite their having toiled very hard and they earned very little. Okay, children? So, here I am going to tell you about market and equality. And the foreign business person made huge profits in the market compared to this. The garment exporter made only moderate profits. On the other hand, the earnings of the workers at the government export factory are barely enough to cover these day-to-day needs. And similarly, we saw the small cotton farmer and the weaver at Erode put in long hours of hard work, but they did not get a fair price in the market for what they produced. The merchants or traders are somewhere in between. Compared to the weavers, they have earned more, but it is still much less than the exporter. Children, thus not everyone gains equally in the market. Democracy is also about getting a fair wage in the market. Whether on one hand, the market offers people opportunities for work and to be able to sell things that they grow or produce. So it could be the farmer selling cotton or the weaver producing clothes. On the other hand, it is usually the rich and the powerful. They get the maximum earnings from the market, and these are the people who have money and own the factories, the large shops, large land holdings, etc. The poor have to depend on the rich and the powerful for various things. They have to depend for loans, such as in the case of the weavers, the small farmers, for raw materials and marketing of their goods, and most often for employment also. Because of this dependence, the poor are exploited in the market. There are ways to overcome these, such as problem farming cooperatives of producers and ensuring that laws are followed in strictly. Okay, children. Next, we'll learn who are cooperatives. So, a cooperative is an organization formed by people who share common interests. These interests can be economic, social, or political. People join cooperatives and work together with other members for their mutual benefit. So some advantages of cooperatives are there are several benefits of being a member of cooperative, like easy to form. Easy to form. Cooperatives can be formed with 10 adult members. The legal procedure is simple and only involved registering the association under the Cooperative Societies Act 1912. And the registration process does not require members to produce a lot of documents. Second benefit advantage is reduces dependency on middlemen. So cooperatives help members reduce their dependency on middlemen or agents like local traders or merchants. Members can combine their resources to produce and sell goods on their own. The profits are also shared only by the members and they do not lose money to the middleman. The third benefit is democratic structure. What is democratic structure? Cooperatives are formed and managed in a democratic way where every member has equal rights to participate in the functioning of the organization. And decisions are usually taken through voting on different issues where every member's vote is taken into account and given equal importance. Fourth number benefit is government support. Cooperatives often receive a lot of support from the government. The government buys products from cooperatives at reasonable prices, ensuring a minimum income for the members. The government also provides loans to cooperative members at lower interest rates to help them buy raw materials, machines, and other supplies. Okay, children? Now I'm going to tell you some sustainable development goals, that's called SDGs. So here we can see small images with links to information on the United Nations, that's called SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. So what is SDGs? SDGs are Sustainable Development Goals. These are a collection of 17 global targets set by the Nations in 2015. And these goals aim to achieve a better and more sustainable future to all by the year 2030. Here I am telling you SDs. So first SDG 1 is no poverty. In poverty in all its forms by 2030. It is first SDG. Ensure that every person in the world has equal access to basic necessities like health, food, education, shelter, and employment. SDG 4 quality education. Ensure that all children can complete or have access to inclusive, affordable, and quality education. Education provide skill development opportunities for all to enable access to decent jobs and employment. SDG 10 reduced inequalities. Reduce inequalities means of all forms within and among countries, promote social, economic, and political inclusion of all, irrespective of age, sex, race, ethnicity, or religion. SDG 12 responsible consumption and production promote the use of environment friendly production methods and reduction of wastage. Here are the some pictures of. So children, this is a chapter about how a shirt comes to us. So there is a chain of markets, traders, agents, workers that provide a complete shirt. Okay, children, it's in the process of making a shirt. Now, children, revise this chapter and try to complete exercise in your notebook.